Hey guys, it's Kylie, and today I'm going to share some of my lowest limited edition pins. So today I have my September Celebrating Collections pins and people, and this month's theme is limited edition, and there's a few ways you could approach this, and you could show off some of your favorite LE pins or some of your lowest LE pins, and I decided to go with that. I don't know if I got all my lowest ones, but I tried to pick out some that I knew were low, and I also picked out some of my favorites because they also happen to be low LE pins. And then one other thing I'm going to show off is my favorite pin set that I've completed. I've completed a couple of the monthly pin sets, but I'm going to show off the favorite of my LE pin sets that I've completed, and I do have a few honorable mentions that aren't crazy low LEs or not even LEs at all, but they are kind of limited edition in the sense that they're hard to get. But if you guys are interested in more pin videos just like this, definitely subscribe button, turn the bell so you get notified every time I upload. Post tons of Disney content on this channel, and this is a monthly collab put on by Valerie from Singer Family Adventures, and there are a bunch of channels participating, so definitely check them all out, linked in the description down below. And now we're going to dive into these awesome pins. So the way I sorted this first board is by the edition size. So we're actually going to start on this bottom and work our way up. So this first one is a Sven PTD, and this one is LE of 400. So I started with 400 and got smaller. So awesome. He's drinking like a little root beer. Now these are all my LE, I believe 300s. Yep, this is a row of everything that's LE 300. So this first one's a mini jumbo. It's Boo's Door, definitely a favorite of mine in my collection. It's got Boo and Sully in it. Definitely probably one of my top, if not my favorite pin in my whole collection is this one. So super awesome one. This one is from the Pixar 30th party event, and it's limited edition of 300. It is a mini jumbo, which is awesome. Then we have this awesome, I believe this was a Studio Store Hollywood pin. That's also 300. This is Pooh as a flower. Then we have this G-Force El Capitan pin, also LE 300, awesome movie. And then finally for LE 300, we have this High School Musical 3 senior year pin. Now a few LE 400s that I also have to go with the Sven are these 3 Studio Store Hollywood ones. I actually do have more from the set. I was able to get the whole set minus the red Pascal, and I've already gotten rid of the green Pascal, but I do have the rest of the set. These are the 3 that I've kept for my collection, but I do have the other ones for sale or trade. But I love these ones. This is Olaf, Eeyore, and Figaro, and they are such cool pins. They're good size pins, and I really was happy that I was able to get them. But I do have some more of them in my collection for trade or sale, but they're super cute. These are the ones that fit into some of my different collections. And these are also LE 400. And then finally, for the specific low LEs that I'm going through, I have LE 250, and this first one is another mini jumbo Thanksgiving pin, and this is from 2018. This is actually a WDI pin, so super awesome, and it's LE 250. Definitely an awesome one for my Chippendale collection. And then the next one are all pins from the 20th event, so the 20 years of pin trading event. And the first one is a series, and it's these 5 pins, and they are different characters from rides at Disney World. So we have Pandora, we have Splash Mountain, Festival of the Lion King, we have Dreamfinder from Figment, and then we have Spaceship Earth, which you don't see a lot of Spaceship Earth pins, so I really happy about that. And then we have the Epcot Ball and Spaceship Earth itself, and then this is an official pin trading logo that is also LE 250. These are also all awesome LE 250 pins. I love this set. This was definitely one of my favorite sets. They did a Disneyland one as well, but I only got the Disney World one, so super awesome set for that. And then these 3 are some of my honorable mentions before we get into my favorite collection. This one is an LE pin, and it is Wilderness Lodge, and it actually spins and has Chippendale, and it's when they had their 25th. And this one is actually LE 1500, but a cool thing about this is you might see in that top corner, it is actually an artist proof, which means it's really lower LE than it shows, because they only come out with EP. If you see a PP on the back, that's pre-production. They have 1 or 2 of those, but the artist proofs, they're still limited on how many they have, and it's before they come up with the exact final design, so that's definitely an honorable mention. This deck department's another LE honorable mention. It doesn't have, these both don't have limited edition values to them, but it's something you can only get from somebody in the deck department, so there's only a limited number of them that people get. And then for the Adventures by Disney, you can only get this one if you go on an Adventures by Disney a trip during the holidays, and so that's why I added this one as another honorable mention, because this is something you only can get if you're on one of those holiday adventures. And now the final thing I'm showing off is my favorite limited edition completed set that I have, and I have all 12 months of the I Collect series. So I'm going to go in order the way they came out. This one was an interesting one because it was easy to get some of the first ones because they were just in the parks. I had somebody doing pickups for me, and then as the months went on, they were on Shop Disney consistently, and then they were kind of randomly on Shop Disney, so it was definitely hard to get, and then some of them ended up back in the parks again at the end. So it was a mix because of how crazy that year was from 2020. It's kind of a mix of where I was able to get them, but I was glad I was able to get all of them. And the first one we have is Figment, so it's got a bunch of different symbols to represent Figment. Then we have Villains, so for all the Villains collectors, an awesome pin there. We have I Collect Stitch, I Collect Princesses, I Collect Food. This one's a fun one with some awesome Disney snacks. I Collect Attractions, definitely some of my favorite attractions in here. Test Track, Soarin', the People Mover, awesome attractions. Then it was Nightmare Before Christmas. Winnie the Pooh, one of my favorites because I do also collect Winnie the Pooh. Pixar, I do have some Pixar pins in my collection. Definitely like the Monsters Inc. that they put in there. I Collect Pets, another favorite of mine. Then we have I Collect Muppets with some of the different Muppet characters. And then finally, I collect holiday pins and some awesome different holiday pins to represent the holiday season. This was definitely an awesome series that they came out with, sharing all these different cool I Collect pins. I thought it was so fun to add these to my collections. I love that they're little pin bags. And this is definitely one of my favorite full series to collect out of the couple of series that I've collected that full set. And I really enjoyed these ones. I'm not as big a fan of the ones they're releasing this year. I'm actually not collecting any of the full series that they have this year, but I think this was a really good one, and I kind of wish they'd go back to something like this with this awesome design that they had for these ones. I know they were very popular, but these are kind of all my different awesome LE pins. These are at least my lowest, and then my full set of LE pins. But I really enjoyed showing all of these off to you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think it's fun to kind of go through your collection and find some of these pins. I wasn't sure which ones were LE. I was actually surprised that some were lower than I thought they were, and then some were actually, I thought were like, oh, that's a really low one, and it actually wasn't. So it was fun to go through my collection and try to find some of these. Definitely some of my favorite pins in this part of my collection. Again, check out everybody participating to see all their different pins. If you want to see more pin collection videos like this, definitely check out the playlist I'll have linked at the end, sharing all the previous months from this awesome collab. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I will see you guys later.